Here we go. I'm going to try and be as quick as possible, but it doesn't usually happen with me, but we'll see. So as you can see, that's that. That's the little door there. It's a bit stiff to push up and down. You can do it with gloves on. There's your little window. You can just see the bottom of the... It's not going to focus very well, I'm using the wrong camera. Anyway, so that's perfect for cheeky speed loader. It's not, as I said, it's a Mark 1. I should have made the window a little bit bigger, but it does the job. Fittings out there, as you can see, the mag is still a mag. It's a bit scratched up, unfortunately. I picked the worst mag out of the lot to do this, to attempt. You know, you don't pick your best mag, do you? So I picked the worst one. It's a little bit scratched, but one side's almost perfect. The other side's a bit beaten up. But hey ho. There is a little bit of a wobble here. I say a little bit. It's, oh, for God's sake. You can feel it. You can't really see it on the camera, but there's a tiny little bit of wobble. So far, it's not affected anything. But, I mean, the only thing that's you can hear moving is the wheel for the... So I was on and on about cutting that off, but I decided to bend it and leave it to kind of protect the wheel if you were ever to put it on the floor, kind of thing. It does actually do a good job of the wheel not hitting the floor. I'll gas it up. The red line is paintball, is a paintball macro line. I don't think that's gonna... I'm pretty sure you can get it anywhere from... I had it left over from a paintball gun when I used to play paintball. It's just 6mm tube. This should be a couple of quid from a paintball shop if you can. I've had a quick look. I haven't seen any. I need to go to my normal paintball guys, but it's a bog standard paintball flexi. It's called macro line in paintball, but should be a couple of quid if you need to. If you need to replace that for whatever. If you keep taking this on and off and on and off and on and off, you will ruin the air seal, because the plastic where the teeth bite into the plastic to create the air seal, that will just get so scratched it will leak, and then you'll have to cut 5mm off, which means this will be 5mm shorter this way. But if you also have to do it back here, you lose 5mm there, 5mm there. This fitting is now somewhere down here somewhere, and it gets to be a little bit tight. So if possible, don't keep taking this on and off, on and off and on and off. Okay. If you do, yeah, this was off a paintball gun. I'm sure any paintball website, I mean, there's BZ, you'll be able to find it somewhere, surely. It's, you know, it's, but that's for that. So I'll quickly, so what we got, so I'm at, it's not going to focus, is it? Anyway, 2000. It's 2000 psi in my tank. It's at 90. It's upside down. Well, oh, because the camera's the other way around. It won't focus because it's a front camera. Anyway, that's 100%. That's 100 psi. So it's just below 100 psi. I think I'm running at about 95 psi. Just to prove it's going to take 95 psi. Although the mag should take 130, because, well, that's basically the psi green gas. So, and I used to shoot it on red gas. So before I went to HPA, because I had a load of ex-paintball stuff laying about. So let's gas this up into it. Oh. Can't hear anything. That's good. Good. So there we go. So there's definitely gas in there. There are some BBs in there. Probably from my last test. I'll tell you what, I'll shoot it. Let's load it and shoot it. So, as I said, if you hold it at a little bit of an angle, and then just fire them in. There they are. When I mentioned when I sent a message to you when I mentioned about it, these got stuck halfway down here. I just gave it a rattle, gave it a squeeze, and they pinged straight up. If that does happen, you haven't got a lot of movement here because the pipes, well, you've got a couple of mil. Just pull this up a little bit, and it should then feed all of them, and then just push it back down. Usually, the 5-6 magazines I've run out of this, it's only happened once, and it was as quick as doing that and giving this a wobble, and it was fine. Make sure we close that, otherwise they all fall out. Just give that a wind. Now this is going to be terrible, so you're going to have to excuse me. I've got to somehow keep the keep the bottle on the table while trying to shoot a magazine at a box over in the corner. So let's get this. I'm basically using my phone on a tripod, so apologies for that. As I said, I'm not a YouTube person. If I leave that there, ignore the Corvette, it's my son's. When he's old enough to get in it. So, being a Mark 1, basically, it is a little bit close to the trigger. I wanted the most BB capacity, so that is the lowest I could have the valve, the 90-degree push fitting elbow to join the rest of the mag. So unfortunately, it could have gone lower, but then you lose your BB space, so it then becomes a bit more of a I don't know about you, but I've found that I've not had any vents in the last 5 times I've used this, both on gas and green gas and HPA. If I load the mag with an open bolt, if I load the mag with a closed bolt, it will vent shortly after, sometimes on the first shot. I don't know if you've found that, but I definitely have. If I load a new mag with the bolt open, it's all good. So hopefully, can you see that? It's sort of, yeah, sort of. Windy, 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 windy. Why'd you do that? I don't think I put enough BBs in it. The door is also accessible, so you don't have to drop the mag if you don't want to. It might be easier to drop the mag. 2 seconds, I didn't put in. There we go. Right, so that was a whole speed loader, so that's what, I think that's a 90 round speed loader. So I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 30 rounds already there. So and if you were counting, I don't know if you were counting, but okay, not enough BBs again. So that's a whole mag. It's a whole mag within reason. Yep. Yeah, it's not enough BBs in there. Okay. So we do a close up on that. Oh, I've got a bottle between my legs. Don't know, can you see there? Where's the camera? Yep. So it definitely feeds. No. Right. Jesus. Oh crap! How did I have this set up? Something like that. So when I first did it, I filled it up, I shook it, filled it up, I shook it, I wound it, and did all of that. It fired 98, and when I emptied the whole mag, it had 120. It had 23 left, something like that, in the mag that it couldn't feed because of that chamber. You know, just standard breakout stuff. Yeah, so oh, there's a little bit there. Okay, no, it just needed a jiggle. Now, there's not many in there, but it needed a jiggle for a few more. As I said, it's not perfect, you know, but it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Disassembly. It is very easy. As I said before, try not to do it too much with this, right? So you see the blue ring in there, sort of blue ring in there. Get a nice big flathead. That's a bit small, to be fair. I will try it anyway. Right, you just want to push the blue down and then pull this up, and it should, it says that needs to push down. I think I should have got a bigger screwdriver. Oh no, there we go. That's that. Yeah. As you can see, it's not going to focus, is it? It's a stupid crap. You can see there's already a little bit of a score. Is it going to work? No, it's not going to focus properly, is it? It should be all right, but if you keep doing that, if you know, things like that, might be worth getting a length of this. I think they come in like ½ meter lengths or something for a couple of quid. I can't remember. I might even cut a little bit off and give you actually some spare. I might give you a spare length. You can, I mean, you're only going to lose what, 5 mil, probably what, 10 mil. So you've got 1, maybe 2 before that becomes ridiculous, so that you can't even, you know. So I'll give you a length of this. I'll give you a little bit of that. I'll give you a spare bit of that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Again, that's exactly the same. Pull, push that way, pull that way. Comes out. Shouldn't need to do that. Hopefully you don't need to do that. Make sure you take that out if you want to take this apart. If you don't take that out, it will Yeah. So taking this apart, all you got to do is push, squeeze the sides. Don't squeeze the sides, squeeze the ends. Sorry, and just give that a good hard push up a little bit. That frees that up. Give this a wobble. If you've got BBs, careful because the wheel will release tension. There we go. Yeah. And that's the gas part. There's your valve, there's your blue thing. Yeah. You can get smaller, better looking ones than these. This was an eBay from a company, but we had a few left. There was a little bit of it needed a knock and a feed, but it's okay. So this, you got your O-ring, which is, in case you need to buy more, I got it off of eBay. It's 1.6 mil thick, 1.6 mil O-ring sheet. Okay, it shouldn't, as long as you don't take any of this apart, you should be fine. But that's your gas chamber, that's your seal, that's a alley plate that I've got, what I've drilled, tapped, and then inserted that in. These are stainless steel M4 by 25, I think, cap heads. I don't know if I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer, but they're Allen heads, cap heads, or cap heads in my industry. And I've used the washers from the bolts that hold the normal mag, the normal gas chamber to the mag. I've used those washers, those rubber washers. They are greased, so they should be all right. They shouldn't leak, but if it leaks anywhere, it's this. So just knock this out. Check this rubber. Check the rubber gasket. Check the rubber O-rings. Check the valve and that. It's PTFE coated and it's screwed in. But that is your gas. That's it. That's the unit. To get this out, I should have emptied them really. Let's just do that. Right. This is just push. Push, 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 push. Comes out top. And that's your high cap part. Yeah. And to put it back, there is a nut in there for the door. Just be careful of that nut, holding that on. It is thread locked so that it shouldn't come undone. There's two, although looking at that, oh no, that's fine. So I've got a brass washer there and a brass washer on the inside, and that moving isn't, the cap head's not moving and the nut's not moving, so this is sliding purely on the brass washers, so that shouldn't come undone. If it does, it's just an M3 that I've cut down. It's an M3 cap head that I measured, cut down for the door. I was going to make some other doors and things like that. I still might make another one of these and try and get it a bit more professional looking, but we'll see. But as you can see, the mag is still a mag. You could get the innards, apart from the bottom being completely fucked up, and there being a hole there and a hole there, which you could still use the innards. I don't know where I've put my innards. Anyway, so to put it back together, obviously feed tube to the front, just fits in there. Just push it all the way to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, until that bit there is sitting on that bit. There's a chamfer there purely to get it a little bit lower for a little bit more BB capacity, but not enough that it looks terrible sticking out the bottom. That screw's doing absolutely nothing other than being a screw. I don't know why it's still in there. Who knows? And then this, just line these grooves here and here with these grooves here and here, and push it all the way in till it don't go anymore. I mean, it's quite tight in there. Yeah, it's not loose. It does take a bit of oomph to push it down and push it in, so it's not like it's going to suddenly fling out, and it is quite difficult to pull out unless you push from the bottom. It's quite a push as well. It's not a, oh no, if you land on something, it's gonna, it's stiff, because you don't want it falling out, do you? Yeah, and then, oh, you fell on the floor. Yeah, and then just make sure that's roughly in the middle, and poke and push it in all the way till it won't go any further. Give it a little tap out. Fingers crossed I haven't ruined anything. Good, that's it. Yeah, and that is it.